Hi, everybody. One of the biggest challenges that I find personally, and I think applies to most people who do any kind of public speaking, is in audience comprehension. Let me talk about that a little bit. So when I'm talking about an audience, you might be a trainer in a corporate setting, you might be an educator, you could be a college professor, high school teacher, elementary school teacher, maybe you're an executive and you just do presentations to your whole company or to different departments or even your own executive team. It doesn't matter what area of life you're doing the presentation or the relaying information or the one-to-one interaction, but anytime you're speaking to a group, and for the sake of this, we'll say a group is 2 or more people, comprehension is an issue because I don't know about you, but have you ever presented, this is actually a very common phenomenon, have you ever presented to a group of people, 2 or more, been very thorough, been well rehearsed, got all your ducks in a row, all your research is done, all your facts are straight, all your information you've verified, you've checked on it, you've boiled it down into the basics to keep it straightforward and succinct. And yet you can take 2 people and it multiplies across, so it applies to many more than 2. But you can take 2 people who are presented with the same information in the same environment from the same presenter. And it's almost as if when you're talking to them, they were actually in 2 separate meetings because they got totally different interpretations or meanings or perception of your content than the other one. So how does that happen? How is it that you can have multiple people that you present the exact same message to in the same room at the same time in the same setting, and they can walk away with totally different perceptions of what you said? See, there are 3 plateaus, and that's the right way to think of it. Plateaus, not levels. So there are 3 plateaus in adult development. There are 3 plateaus of what are referred to, especially in psychology, as plateaus of mental complexity. They are the socialized mind, the lowest level. The middle is the self-authoring mind. And the highest level of adult development is the self-transforming mind. And each level, depending, see, I did it myself, each plateau sees the world in a fundamentally different way. So they interact with their environment, they see things, they hear things differently, they look at things differently, they make meaning in a fundamentally different way. And so someone at the socialized mind plateau will interpret what is presented to them, what is said, what they see, what they experience in a different way than someone at the self-authoring mind plateau. And both of those will see things completely differently than someone at the self-transforming. Self-transforming level plateau. So we'll spend some time, we'll look at each one and look at how each one views the world and why some of the issues we face with people may be more tied to their level, to their plateau, rather, of mental complexity rather than any sort of IQ cognitive related things, which is something that people jump to quite often. So watch for subsequent videos where we will go into each of those levels. And hopefully, as we look at it, maybe it'll help you understand your friends, your family, your teams at work a little better.